Hello and welcome to aaimba Conversations. Today we are here with Lia Kentzler. She's an illustrative artist who is currently living in Canada. And of course, we are talking about her life in general. And we are also going to talk about her art in the second part. So stay tuned with us and let's welcome her to aaimba Conversations. Welcome. Thanks for being here. How are you today? Or how do you feel today?
I'm excited to be
You,
here.
you're excited to be here. Very nice. Well, I made a mistake. I started with a question that I usually don't use. I usually start with the same question, but today I ask you how you feel. But that's okay. So basically, the first question that I really like to ask everybody who I'm talking to about is, why do you do it? What's your passion, and how do you find your way to it?
Okay, so I have two big passions. One is basketball and one is art. And basketball kind of helped me to, I don't know, establish my art because with basketball you always have like a very competitive side, and with art I don't have to be compared to anyone else. I just do it for myself, and it kind of helps me to have like a good balance in my life.
Okay, beautiful. So it's more for you a self-reflective or like a self-reflective thing for you just to express yourself, not being in the yeah in the realm of like having to compete to anybody else. That's beautiful. So it's more a meditative state of mind, a state of okay, cool. So tell us more about your life in general. I mean, starting from just randomly, starting from where you're from, where you was born, and how you experienced life. What path, or what did, what made you find your path to first basketball, and then of course to art. What is it?
So I'm from Göttingen, Germany, a very small town, and I started playing basketball very young when I was in elementary school, and um, then when I graduated high school, I got the opportunity to play in Canada, study there, and play basketball. And I think when I was a kid, I always enjoyed doing art, like painting, drawing, and this year during COVID, I put more effort into my art, and I had more time to reflect and to be creative. So yeah, I used that time, and then I had friends who like saw some of my artwork, and they were very encouraging and were like, "Oh, like post it on Instagram, do something with it." And so I was like, "Okay, maybe I should like I don't know, do more with it and create more and show it more." That's how it went.
Okay. So would you say there was a point in your life where was it a smooth transaction? Like, okay, I'm trying to do this now, and or was in a sense of I want to put it out, or did you start doing art because you wanted to feel or express your inner self, or did you want it really to put it out first?
No, I definitely started to just do it for myself, kind of like as a hobby or to reflect and just I don't know meditate if that makes sense. And um, I was always very like insecure about my art. I never really wanted to show it anyone, and I showed it to my close friends and family, and they were like, "Oh, that's really nice. Like, why don't you post it or do something?" But it wasn't really my idea to be like, "Oh my god, I have to show my art. It's so great." So
Okay.
yeah, it was more the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So let's still jump back to your upbringing in your life. You said you are from Göttingen, a small city in Germany, and tell us more about Göttingen. How was it like to live there? Or let's start with where are your roots? Where do your roots come from? What's
So
your
my mom is half Iranian, half German, and my dad is from Togo,
Yeah.
West Africa, yeah. But I grew up in Göttingen, so not that interesting. But yeah, it's kind of a small city. It has a big university and it's beautiful, so it's worth visiting. But it's not like Berlin.
Yeah. Yeah, but every city has its charm, I guess.
Definitely.
So how was it like to be in an in a German African Iranian household? How was it like? How was it like for you?
So basically, when I was young, I kind of grew up like typical German, I would say. I kind of connected to my African roots through basketball because in my city we don't really have a lot of black people, and a lot of my family still lives in Africa or is in other countries. So, and for example, in my elementary school, there were like 2 black kids. You know,
Yeah, man, you were lucky.
I was
I was I was here in Berlin, and I had always okay. In my high school years, I had like 4 black people in my class. So it was okay. But it was a sports school, so it's like it was different. But basically, in every class that you go, I mean, you are either the only one or you have one other to. I know it's on the whole school. But continue. Sorry.
Exactly. So it wasn't really such a diverse environment. So the older I got, the more I kind of connected with my roots and where I'm from. And I don't know, through basketball and through art, I met more black people, and I don't know, I connected to more people and learned more about myself and my culture.
Okay. So what did you learn, or what did you learn?
I would say the most important thing is self-love, because I think when you're always surrounded by people who look different, I don't know, you kind of get insecure, especially when you're so young, you know. And so I feel like when you grow up and you find more people that are like you and have kind of like the same experience and the same interest, then you find more self-love, self-confidence.
Beautiful.
Definitely.
So how old were you when you like found your way into basketball and really got to know, yeah, other black people?
So I started pretty young, but like when you're young, you just play for kids, just for fun. But when I started practicing with professional teams, and so when I was like 17 or 18, they had professional Americans, and many of them were black. And I was like, when you're young, you're like, wow, like you see black females dominating the league, being the best players. And that's kind of empowering, you know.
Okay.
So that was kind of like when it started, or a point which really influenced me.
Okay, beautiful. So I will jump again and ask you, like, you've been living with, I mean, your parents are from diverse countries and diverse cultures. Have you ever been to one of these countries where your parents are from? And the second question would have been, how does the culture of your parents or the heritages of your parents influence you in your uprising and also as an adult person?
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to visit Iran or Togo.
Louvain or Togo? Iran. Okay, so I thought you were talking.
But it's definitely on my bucket list. Like, I'll go there for sure. But I've never.
So you've never been to Togo, or never? Not even never even as a small kid.
I've been everywhere in Europe, North America, South America.
Yeah. So you definitely need to go
definitely
to
go.
Africa. Especially you, I think you'll be very surprised if you go to Africa and see the people, how they're living over there, and how charming they are. So I think you'll be very, very surprised positively. So you need to go. It's okay, but that's cool. So we were talking before we started this conversation, and I know that you are now living in Canada, and you are studying over there, and you said that you had a scholarship for being there. And can you tell us something about that? How did you get to that scholarship, and why Canada? I mean, and what are you studying anyway? So.
So I studied psychology there, and it was kind of random. I played in a professional team, and I had a teammate who played for my university, and her mom was my coach in my first and my second year, and she came to a practice to visit us, and she asked me if I have like an interest in playing and studying in North America, and I was like, I feel like this is like an opportunity you get once in your lifetime. So I was like, and I'm really like open to live anywhere and like to travel. So I was like, I go for sure. And then I went, and it's definitely so different to my life in Germany, but it's such a good experience.
So tell us more about that, the experience.
So obviously everything looks different, like the streets and Germany, Europe is different, and at the beginning it was kind of difficult to always speak English, studying science in English and stuff, and I don't feel like languages are like, I'm really good at languages, so yeah, there was a challenge, but I went to Canada, and I only knew my coach. I didn't know anyone else. I didn't know the city. I just went there.
It was tough. Yeah.
But it's so, you connect to people so easily that I feel like the people are a little bit more open than the average German.
I got it.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was easy to find friends and stuff, and it's my second home now, but yeah, it was an adventure.
Okay. So for how long have you been there now?
This is my third year there.
The third year, okay. And are you planning to stay, or are you moving back as soon as you're done with your studies?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
But I think I see myself in Germany or like in Europe after that. Yeah.
Beautiful. Nice to know. Yeah. So basically, that's almost the first part of this conversation. And we're going to jump a little bit and talk about your works. I'm very excited to get some insights because they look amazing, in my opinion.
Thanks.
And I would like to know a bit more, about your artistry. So stay tuned with us. We're going to jump to the next episode, and stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to leave a like and leave a comment on what would you have, or what questions would you have asked her, and just leave us something so we'll know how you feel about our conversations and about the whole thing that we're doing in general. So see you in the next episode. Bye bye.